finally on this absolutely sunny Saturday afternoon, and we've got an absolutely stunning f31 335D in, which we've got a couple of bits to change in it, and one of them is going to be a steering rack repair. And I'm going to show you how to do it right now. First thing we need to do is get the vehicle in the air, and we need to remove all this under tray, with the billions and gazillions of screws. Stupid design these are. Anyway, let's get it off. Now, if you've got an F chassis car and you've been for an MOT and you're getting advised on a little bit of play or a little bit of knocking as you're going over rough ground, you might be able to hear it if I give it a shake. If you are hearing that, well, this fix is going to be for you. Now, the part that we need to replace is just in the end of the steering rack here. Now, with it being a 335D, there's a lot more things you do have to disconnect. This live feed for the power steering rack, just undo this little clip, and we can pull that plug out of the way. Just give us a little bit more access. Now, once you've got that wiring loom out of the way, this little cap at the end of the steering rack there, we need to get yourself a wire brush. Let's put my name on it because everybody pinches them. And give it a little bit of a cleaner-rooney. And then once you've given everything a little bit of a cleaner-rooney, what I do for my reference is I mark the cap on the steering rack and on the cap itself. It's only reason so I can just count the turns on and off. And then all we need to do is get the special tool, which just slot in the steering rack, like so. And we can get 24mm and wind it off. And there you go, that is one cap off. Now, once you remove that cap, there is a little spring that you need to remove. And then you should, I might have to get a pair of pliers in there and just pull that cap out. Now I've got some pliers. If it was a 4-cylinder engine, you've got a lot more room to play with. With it being a 6-cylinder, it is a little bit more tighter. Is that a word? I don't know. Get yourself some pointy nose pliers. You can get it in and pull that cap out. I might have to put my camera down and use 2 hands. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put my camera down. And there you have it. With a little bit of magic, you can just pull them caps out. Now, what happens with them is they wear across here, causing that knocking noise. Now, the brand new one, if you can see it, this is a genuine BMW one, and they have modified it, put some more rings on it to keep it nice and tight. Right, let's put a little bit of grease on it and get it slid back in. Once you've given it a good covering in grease, we can slide it in. Make sure you're sliding it in correctly. You need them pins like that to go in. And it should slide down to the bottom of the steering rack, nice and easy. Now, in the new kit, you do get a different spring. You can see the different colours. Make sure you put the blue one back in, and that just slides in the centre of the cup, the thrust washer. And then we can get the brand new cap screwed back onto the steering rack. Now, where there's a lot of complications now, where if you don't tighten that cap up correctly, it's either going to have a lot of play, or if you tighten it up too much, the steering is going to be tight. But normally, rule to the thumb, that cap needs to go pretty much flush with the steering rack. And I have done so many of these that way, and I have never ever had a problem with it. But again, all cars can be different. Now, once you're finished and you're happy with everything, there is a little rubber grommet that they do just supply you in the kit, and that goes in the centre of that cap. And how I put it in, there's a little bit of rubber grease, and they are a little bit fiddly to get in. But anyway, and that's it. That's that grommet in, and I've also put a little yellow line to match up with the original line that I put. Now, all I've got to do is plug this wiring loom back in and put all these belly trays back on. Now, once you're happy with everything, grab hold of the wheel, go full lock left and right hand down. Make sure it's not too tight, because you can feel it through. You can feel the resistance through the wheels. And then we can give it a shake side to side. As you can hear, we've got no knock in there whatsoever. And there we have it. Now we've got the vehicle back on the floor, and it is absolutely dreamy. It's a little bit of me, this vehicle. Let's just jump in it now. What we need to do is just make sure the steering is not too tight or not too light. And if we go side to side quickly, there's no knocking whatsoever. And there you have it. That is one steering rack repair on a f31 335D. Anyway, let's get home. It's Saturday and get it sent.